Right, let's share a screen. Alright, let's get the stuff up there and everyone up here out of the way. Let's get going. Right. Right, well, not many people in this morning. Let's get the list up. Right, get that down. Right, let's get going. Morning. Is my mic on? Yeah. Right here. Well, ATR today 9 on the FTSE, DAX 34. Quite interesting on the FTSE. It closed below 963. Well, close below 9637 will actually get us bearish today, which is a bit worrying. But there we go. Just quickly, I've put this up on the 15-minute scanner. We've come up with a potential 15-minute bar there on the Kiwi USD. So if you're interested in that, then keep an eye on that. And if you can keep an eye on that, because I'm interested to take this, I'll put an alert on that, and we can have a look at that. So let's go to the FTSE. I've already traded the FTSE. I don't know if anybody else has. Early doors for the close. Come on, closing the gap. The market was down. There was 7.5 pips in it this morning from the dip in here, 926, closing the gap. Boom, gap closed at 7 o'clock, and then we relaxed back. So that was quite a nice trade. Before we go over the news, I'm just going to show you the DAX. Quite interesting. DAX, we've got a ATR on the DAX is 34, but we are right up towards 4-hour resistance and C-ball, and I think we can put a reversal on that. I think let's have a look at here around 5 minutes. How far can we get? There's a gaps 40 pips. Do you know what? I'm quite happy to actually 40 and 40. Two things to do here, guys, and then we'll get on with the news. 40 and 40 pips, 1% risk reward, and you want to be looking at putting your trade at 24 or 86. Okay. So we're looking at bang on the close, and then we're going to look for a Camarella reversal. It's not a cam trade because it's with the trend, but I think if we can get the market to spike up into these areas, we won't do so bad. So if we can not superstitious, shall we have this at 13? Yeah, that would be good. Into 13. So what we're looking for the market either to reverse and break down this 5-minute fractal here. I'll put that on so you can see. Oh god, that was loud. Right here, a 5-minute fractal reversal here, or a spike up into Camarella breakout long. And one way we'll be looking for a 1-to-1 risk reward. On the other side, we'll be looking for what have I just? I've just moved something, haven't I? What have I just moved? Let's get this right. Right. So I'm going to move that down to here, into the close, and then do that fractal reversal here. That was wrong. It was 26, wasn't it? What am I doing? Let's measure this again. It was there to there, 26. I'm going daft. No, it wasn't. It was flipping well 40, wasn't it? If you can do this faster than me, guys, while I'm talking, please do it. Don't wait for me to say press the button. 86.5. That will do. What we're looking for is for this gap. We've got the daily pivot in front of the gap, which is going to be a bit of an issue. Potentially people buying the gap up. The DAX is well, let's just get this out of the way. Let me just move some screens around just at the moment. So I can actually see everything. Right. So we are triggered pre-market into that. Right. Daily edge. As you can see, the DAX is the only one still on the way. All the markets are a little bit readjusting. Let's put it that way, in front of the Fed announcement tomorrow of interest rates. We've had the Zelensky over in London talking about peace deals, and that's moved a little bit further with the European leaders, and this is give it a nice little boost, together with Iraq opening a major oil field back up in production, has sent oil plunging from a positive day to a negative day, all in one fell swoop. So yeah, what we're looking for is selling any strength into oil. US ADP figures, quite contrast really. We've got payrolls fell sharply yesterday, biggest drop in 2 years, yet jobless claims are reduced also, so a bit of an oxymoron on that. But I guess the overall sort of news from a humanitarian point of view, we had a 7.5 magnitude earthquake in Japan this morning, which caused the Asian markets to close, but I understand they reopened again, and no tsunami warnings, which is great. And yeah, hopefully not too much damage. You'll probably see that out on the news soon. We are going to do, I'll talk about the open room, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. Let's concentrate on what we're trying to do here. We're trying to close this gap. We've got just under 2 minutes. I'm keen on really closing down the reversal on crude as well. We've got a nice bounce coming on crude. You can see here the bounce coming on crude, and I would like to try and get a 15-minute bar reversal on crude. It's come right up to the area. Really interested in. In fact, I think we've got less than a minute to go. So what we'll do, we'll go back to the FTSE. I'll put an alert under crude there, and we won't go on the FTSE, we'll actually go on the DAX. We'll talk about all this a bit more in a minute. So we're looking for this gap to close. Let's get it down into a more manageable level.
Steve, are you on a long or a short at the moment? I'm still getting used to the PRT screen, so it's hard for me to tell.
Right, so we are trying to close the gap, so we're going short. And okay, if you look here, when we're going short for PRT, a good indicator here is if you see it's red, it's trying to go short. If the order is in and it's green, I'm just talking from a visual point of view, then it's going to go long. So okay, we are short, yeah. And PRT does take a little bit of getting used to, and yeah, get rid of that fracker. We don't need to see that now. We want this market to come off. Last year this market did rise. I'll get this up a minute. This market did rise 10%, and so far this year, where the market's come up just over half the amount we expected to this year for the Santa rally. It's the only market, as we did say, we did predict in November, middle of November, that the DAX is the best asset to trade on the Santa rally. 50 years of stats prove that, and all the reports the last decade are all on the website, on my website. There's a full report, there's a full blog on the website, video on the website, and the PDF to download it all so you can get on board with the Santa rally. So if anyone's watching this from YouTube world, then go to the website and you will see that there. Just see if I can get that up. Put this to one side, that's my website. And there's a blog here. The Santa Rally here. It's not a myth, it actually is fact. That's the blog. If you scroll all the way down, it tells you which are the best assets over a period of 50 years to actually trade long the DAX and the NASDAQ going into the Santa Rally. This is all the stats on it. Video on it, and then a PDF. Hit that and you get the PDF report directly to download as well. So you don't have to sign in, do anything, it's just there to get. Right. I'm going to leave this in. Leave it in for the first 5 minutes. We want the market just to fall over. It's really, the indecision is certainly there. You can see people are fighting for the Santa rally. We've had good news in Germany with manufacturing picking up better than expected. So the DAX is on a bit of a rah-rah, although we did expect that. It would be nice to get this market inefficiency closed, which is this hole in the market, which is still there. That hole is an area of the market that has not been traded in cash hours. Will we get it? It would be nice if we did, but it looks like unbalanced volume. The market's really going up, but I'm quite happy to get that other position on the front run of C-ball. If the market pushes up into that, we'll get pushed into C-ball for a reversal. This has to happen in the first 5 minutes. So we clicked there. I'm clicked into there as well. So people going long will be more than likely taking profit into camera breakout long. I'll type in morning, guys. And after some one-to-one sessions yesterday, what we thought we would try, we'll do this tomorrow, is we're going to open the room up tomorrow at 10 to 8 as per normal, and then we're going to leave the live session open all the way through till 12 o'clock. So if people are interested in trading live for all the morning, ask any questions, trade with me throughout the morning, and we will do that, and we'll trial an open session. So we'll record it from, as we always do, from 10 to 8 through to about 9:15ish, and then we'll shut the recording off. We don't want 4 hours of flipping recording to look at, and then we'll just leave the room open. So what we'll do is we'll look at the sessions. We'll look at using the filters.
Alert triggered.
And especially maybe these, the latest Cat 1 through Cat 3 scanners that we've got that look at spikes, 5-day ATRs, to get volatility opportunities nailed. So we'll be using that as well. Incidentally, I've done the update of this. This is now in the Learning Centre, and you can get hold of this in the Learning Centre. I did a typo on here. A big black box, in fact, I left on there. So if you go, just to remind people in the room, just quickly go to the OneDrive.
Steve, can I ask another question just on what's going on in your screen? You've been tapped into a short, have you, from that orange area?
That's correct.
Yeah.
The orange area. So we've got categories of support. If you see the mustard color,
Yeah.
anything mustard is identified as a 4-hour support or resistance line. Anything in silver is a daily or weekly or higher support or resistance line. And then when you get in, if you see anything blue, that's a tertiary, secondary support and resistance. When you see things in red or green, it's something that we're going to run to within an hour of resistance. So to be absolutely correct, we'd probably have a look at here as a red resistance, and here we would have a resistance coming from here down into Camarilla breakout short as well. So you can then quickly visually identify the market range.
Okay. And what happened to the trade that you were in before that, the one that you were taken down to the close? Did you get stopped out of that?
Yes, we did. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're looking for this market to come up and test into this area. Quite interestingly here, we never ever, let's get into the detail. Did we get some profit taking? Into that detail, we got that high test. Let's get this up here. High test, the market came down, no real profit taking at all. Bit of rejection in there, no profit taking, but the market is really pressing on. It's gone straight to the target without any hesitation. Oops, I just put the power on me with the laptop. We're running out of juice. There we go. So the DAX is really getting a rah-rah on. It really is. Just turn some of the trades off. Turn the pivots off. Let's just have a look at this. A breakout of here will really open up the levels up here. So if you remember, we do have our Germany 25,550 calls. We're all going into the money very nicely indeed, which is good. The weekly calls into Friday are all in the money as well. What we're just looking for today is to try and close that gap. But if we do get a breakout of here, then we've just got to go with the market. The market is always right, no matter what we're trying to do. We can try and close gaps. We've got holes in the market from the 5th of December, the 4th of December, 2nd of December. That's just showing you this market is on a real rah-rah. And really, we should try and see the market close the gap. However, it's left 3 gaps within 3 days. And it did close the gap yesterday, but is today the day we are going to get a breakaway trade? Let's put the UOD cash pivots on again, and let's get down into that detail. If we get a 5-minute fractal, this will set a 5-minute fractal here. Turn the trade back on. A 5-minute fractal here, then we probably can cancel this short and just go long. And I would expect this level to hold, but it hasn't. And that's just the way trading goes, really. After it has left 3 before, but there is no real big news that's going to really move. Should be moving this. This is just the Santa rally getting a grip. Let's just go and have a look at how the other markets are doing. Again, with this, we're some of the things, the trades that we're looking for. Obviously, FTSE's on balance at the moment, on a cautious buy. DAX is a screaming buy, and you can see that happening now. Gold is a buy in the dip. Crude, what a difference a day makes. We dropped 185 points intraday. The market's really come off, so we're looking for a reversal on crude. Aussie USD is a screaming buy. Best 2 FX to trade today: Aussie USD, USD Japani. And then, as well as gold, silver is our non-core, and I trade Terry's there as well. Myself, Terry, maybe one or two others all trade silver. I'll tell you what, we'll go and have a look at that. I put this order in the room this morning, 15-minute bar reversal. There we are. There's another 15-minute. If you've missed this 15-minute bar here, then there is another 15-minute bar setting up here. And we did have an early doors trade on spot silver. Right, spot silver's got a real wiggle on. It's up 1% already. Well, 2% already. We've got 2% leverage on that. So spot silver's got a good wiggle on. I'm looking for a bit of a monster trade today. Are you in silver, Terry?
Yeah, I'm Steve. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put some alerts into just if I wind out the larger picture. I'm looking at putting silver into these higher points here, looking for 4% on silver today. If that hits 37, then that's 2%. I think I'm going to put some alerts in here. 15-minute bar. What a 15-minute bar. Huge run. Let's go and look at gold. Does anybody want to get into gold? Hi, Kevin. How are you doing? Nice to see our friends from down under. Boom, 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 boom. So if you missed this early doors, no, Sat's not in this morning, I don't think. No. So we're looking here for this trade, 15-minute bar here with a stop under this swing low. If you are, I'll take this off, we don't need to see that now. We just, if we can get a 1-to-1, then that's probably a good thing. The market's really waiting for interest rate decisions, really. Where's our 17? Be good if I could actually get this to configure correctly, wouldn't it? What level are we in here? 186.5. There we go. There's our 1-to-1 risk reward. Put an alert a little bit further into here. Be nice if we can get a little run on. Oh, hi Andy. Yeah, Andy's on YouTube. So Andy is one of the guys that has, he really likes doing the 15-minute on gold, 15-minute fib or reversal. So you get 15-minute chart, 78.6 Fibonacci retrace, has an entry into a 15-minute chart pullback to 78.6, and then trades it to 50% retrace, which is a favourite of Andy's, and works pretty well actually. We've done that a few times live, and that's gone okay. So in 4 seconds time, there is a 15-minute bar here. You want to be taking a break of that bar, stop under this swing low. If you haven't already done it, then the trade is a stop of 13.5 with a 13.5 target. We are already in anyway, so we're not going to, on that 15-minute bar here that we put in the Slack room this morning. So there's no need for us to go in again. So gold and silver are on the way. Let's have a look at crude. Have we got that reversal?
Alert triggered.
And just as an alert triggered gone off, so I need to see what that alert triggered was. Germany. That's already triggered out. That must be an old one. Crude. We're just on crude now, so that's okay. So crude, you can see absolutely market with oil fields opening, peace deals being done, 100 and odd pip drop from going fully bullish to fully bearish in one day. And I think we can open up some much lower targets as well. Let's just go into a 4 hour. You can see on the 4 hour we've got a track down to 58.30, and then if we break those levels, we can easily see into the 57s, which is pretty low. But what I'm trying to do is to get a nice retrace on a very negative market, and you can see here there's a server switchover, there's a crude close and open, and the market tried to recover and just got killed off. So what we're looking for here is to try and get a 15-minute bar reversal, or a 15-minute fractal will be fine. Show the fractals to nail this. Now you could walk the dog on this one as well, and yeah, could walk the dog on this one from under here. You'd need that's a very tight stop, isn't it? 13, 14, 17 pips would be the stop on here, because it's a 3 pip spread plus 1 pip for a double tap. So you could do that. 17 pips with a 34 pip target. That works out quite nicely actually, doesn't it? We'll walk the dog on that one, looking for a 2% trade. 1% risk, 2% trade. Stop 17. And we'll walk the dog up there, and we'll look at a 34 pip target on that one. So walking the dog is an expression I use under the 15-minute bar. We'll put that in there. So we're going to go short, roughly, not roughly, precisely 58.64. So the reason we do the walk the dog, just to remind people, and if there's people on YouTube watching, is when we get when we're in a really sort of negative market, and we are now because of the reasons I've just said. When you see a flat bottom Icanashi and the market's going up, and we're in a negative market, means the market has really accepted this price and the market's really pushing up. So we've got people who are still in the mindset of buying oil from yesterday, trying to rebuy on the bounce, with the pressures of a potential peace deal coming further and further forward, and Iraq's main oil fields now in production and opening. Not necessarily going to be a glut of oil, but even OPEC Plus have said they're not going to do anything in early 2026 about drilling. So with more glut around, the price of oil is going to come down. Even with interest rate cut potentially tomorrow from the US, don't think that'll make much of a deal. So it's a much deal on oil because of the reasons I just said. I think by selling strength into oil could be a nice play today. So you can wait for a 15-minute bar reversal, or you can walk the dog. Either way, I think we'll probably be okay. Let's go back and have a look at, what should we do? Should we go back? We'll have a look at Forex. So Aussie USD today, that was one of the two favoured trades. So that was a buy today, and we've got a bonk waiting for a 15-minute bar reversal on that. The market moved impulsively quite hard this morning, and it's now in a pullback. Just get rid of these. Are all targets. We've hit all targets. Get rid of those. So 6666 would be a nice target to go for today, which is a Fibbo target. But we do need a signal to trade that. So the signal we're going to use, recommended in the room. Did I recommend on here? No, we didn't. But 15-minute bar would be good, or 5-minute fractal, if you're interested in Forex. So to get round to the point I was making before, what we're going to do is we're going to start doing like a full stream. So what I am noticing when we're doing the mentoring sessions and one-to-ones with guys is that we trade every morning for about an hour and a bit every morning. Usually get the money out of the market by then. Then the market has a little rest and then carries on again. But there are lots of little nuances that it can get across in the live room, teaching people how to read the 15-minute charts very, very precisely, and the 5-minute charts also. Oh, I've got a little. Did anyone see that? A little blue button on my screen said Rory, Rory, Rory. I don't know what that was about. Oh, there you are again. There you are again. What's happening here? I don't know what all these lines are. I never put them in. That's a bit weird. Are you there, Rory? Have you got a co-host on the stream? No, it's gone quiet. Right. So we're going to do a 4-hour open session. So we're going to do the knot. What on earth's happening here? Are you drawing? You're drawing on my screen, Rory. Are you there? I can see you in the room. Can anyone else see these red lines appearing on my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Sorry, Steve, can you hear me? It's Rory.
Yeah, are you drawing on your chart?
No, all I was trying to do is to tell you I'm going to move over to YouTube, but my screen just went crazy.
I've got red lines all appearing. I'm not doing any drawing whatsoever.
Oh, sorry about that.
How on earth has that happened?
I don't know. I just went on to the. I don't know as it goes. I might have pressed the. What's that in the corner? Might be the pencil by accident. Yeah,
That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, well, I can't get rid of those because it's you that did it.
Right, let me see if I can get rid of them. Hold on, let's have a little look.
I'll be amazing if you can't. I just saw a little
Eraser.
A little blue box that said Rory, 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 Rory. Yeah, there you are.
Gone?
Not all of them. Not all of them, no. So we are truly interactive. There you are.
Oh,
cheers,
better.
Rory.
Right.
I didn't know that. Didn't know we could do that.
Learn something new every day. Are they all gone,
Yeah.
Steve?
Say again.
Are they all gone? Was there a couple
Yeah,
more?
yeah, they're all. No problem. I just thought, I saw this little blue box saying Rory, and all of a sudden squiggly lines are appearing everywhere. I thought, oh yeah, what's he doing? Right. Anyway, so we're going live for 4 hours, and hopefully, I'll be sat around here for 4 hours doing other things as well. But I've got multiple screens, so that's absolutely fine. And then what we can do when we see opportunities or if we see something quite interesting, we can look at all those and explain all the little nuances on trading that you don't find in all this buried in all the strategies. So that'd be quite useful. What's that? What's Andy saying? I would shut down and reopen. Right, okay. We've solved that, Andy. It was Rory with his pen. He's doodling on the screen, but he's all right now. Yeah. Right. Let's carry on. So we can the latest volatility filters that we've got, which are we've got a couple of Cat 3s, 5-day ATRs, 50 odd pips, and we've moved. There's been they'll hit there for the FTSE, and it will just indicate to you where we've had the ATR move, 30% ATR moves, which is really, really good. We can use those. We can look at the 15-minute bar comprehensive filters throughout the day to trade. A comprehensive that will be for that's Brent for US crude. So what this is saying, I've been clicked in here, is saying that there is a 15-minute bar. Get on with it, and it's there. But we're walking the dog on this to get into this market, and the market has had that reversal, and now we're clicked in and we're short on that. So we can use this is tomorrow as well. We use a simplified one, and we have 16 opportunities to trade the 15-minute bar there. All these ones are setting up. Euro USD will be one there setting up after a bit of a pullback here. Where's the other stocks? So USD Japani, that is a screaming buy today on the edge. So there's the edge. Aussie USD and USD Japani, those are the two high probability trades today for the Forex, the two top ones. There are 6 more that are all identified here as well. Right, that reminds me, for people who don't have the daily edge, oh good, I took profit at DR2 on the DAX. Nice trade, thanks Steve. Fractal break, no worries, great. For people who haven't got a daily edge and you're not in the room, you need your head read, because this tells you exactly what's happened overnight, what to trade, what the risk sentiment is, all the volatility, economic developments, what's happened with the tsunami, earthquakes around the world, everything that you need to know, and exactly what trades to have a look at. Very high probability core trades, followed by non-core, which is silver going long, Euro USD, and cable Euro Japani. It tells you all about them then, and then it provide all the links for further research if you want to go and do that. And you can get that on my website. It's price of a cup of coffee a week, and it's great. You've got professional grade reviews and information at crazy prices, really. Do we need to, can we get into this a bit late, getting there's a 15-minute bar? As again, concentration isn't necessarily Forex, but I need to get everything ready for people, for the room to trade. So 5:30 is when we start to really trade. There we are, there's a 5:30 and there's a 15-minute. So it probably just made a 1-to-1 risk reward.
Alert triggered.
Let's go back and have a look at the other things. Look at that, we've been stopped out. And I'm too busy talking. This is not just a trading room, it's a teaching room. So yeah, there was a fractal there going up, and where's my fractal tools? Wow. The thing is, a breaker here, you can't argue with it. The market is just on a rah-rah. So we got spanked a couple of times there on the DAX, which is a bit of a shame. But that's trading for you. I think we can continue again on this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put an alert under, whoops, I'm going to put an alert under here. So I think what we're going to do with these 4-hour sessions, we're going to trial them, and I might do it, yeah, no problem. I might start doing this on YouTube, just having open live sessions for the morning or the afternoon, and we can just go and trade. But to start off, well, whether I do that or not, I don't know. But what we will do, we'll trial it tomorrow, and we'll do an open session all day tomorrow morning, and we'll do that. We'll start doing that every week. One thing I think I'm going to do, especially into the Christmas week, is we're going to do some, because we've got options expire on the 19th, and after that all the big players will be more than likely done after the 19th of December, when all the options expire. So we could have some nice long open sessions from the Monday onwards, 22nd, and we can just look at all the different opportunities, start using all our different types of filters. Is Paul in the room? No, Paul's not in the room. Yeah, he's not in the room. I don't know how these Americans get up, they stay up to come trade with us live 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy. He's quite interested in 926 strategy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a bit more of a comprehensive filter on the 926, and I've got a mentoring session with Paul this afternoon. So I'll see if I can get a upgraded scanner for the 926, which will scan every single market simultaneously and give you a 926 heads up before it actually happens, so you can then have a look at it. And I'll talk with Paul about that this afternoon, and then probably release that Wednesday. And actually we could use that scanner live tomorrow morning and use that. Has everyone managed to find where the volatility scanner is? I put it in the trading room last night.
Yeah, I found it, Steve.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Good. Right, so that's the DAX. Let's have a look at what's happened with the FTSE. We're really out of kilter with that DAX. It's really getting on with its Santa rally. The rah-rah, it really has got a rah-rah on, hasn't it? Donk. FTSE's bashed that gap again, hasn't it? Right. What are we going to do? It's really, the FTSE's really struggling to find some direction, isn't it? Right, so yesterday, this is a shame, isn't it? Yesterday, identified yesterday what would be the perfect storm to buy. So that was the markup we did yesterday, to say if the market comes down to here, buy it, because we'll get a bounce. And it never happened. Not, well, 2 o'clock-ish time, but we never really got a reversal signal all the way down. The market bounced down at 7 o'clock. I'll get rid of that now. That's out of cash hours, so we can't take that. If the market trundles down again here, then we are very cautious in on this trade. I'm very cautious on this thing. I put it down as orange trade. Yeah, because we're trading above the 4-hour, just probably not now, and below the 1 hour. The FTSE's gone pretty negative. So 4 hour 200 EMA, we're 1 hour 200 EMA I should say, right on the C-ball, and this 37 needs to hold. We're right on this 4 hour 200 EMA here. The market really needs to hold. If we get a close under the 200 EMA, then the market's going bearish for day trading. The opportunity, of course, here is, do we look for some calls again? Or do we look for some calls into January for a Santa lift? Historically, from November through to January, the market rises about 2%. So 2.5 I think the actual stat is, but I will look at the Santa rally information. Where are we mid? There's the bottom where it's actually gone over 3%, but the close is 2.5% up in January. But so there's nothing really, if you're looking at statistics to base some of your trades on for the Santa rally, there's really nothing there. So when looking at a fundamental point of view, I think Unilever on the 6% drop yesterday took the whole market down. You've got oil coming off, a big constituent of the FTSE as well, so that's helped take all that off. Also, is the FTSE going to recover? Well, we could put a long trade on and have a stop under this swing low. We don't have a particular strategy on this, but we are completely overcooked. You can see here, completely overcooked on the 4 hour. Market's trying to recover on the 1 hour, but massive indecision. The only things that we do have on here is a 415 reversal, probably above the close, if we can see that, but there's nothing set up there. There is a potential for a 926 cross, and it's negative at the moment. If we believe the market will probably rise into the end of December, beginning of January, or we think it will rise from these lowly levels, we could put a call option in. We have the end of month 19th expiry. We don't know where all the big boys have got the options, where they'll be potentially driving and pushing the markets up and down. We don't know what's happening now. We could look at value into January for a bit of a market recovery on the back of the rest of the Santa rally pulling this back up. If we think the market's going to go up there, we're kind of looking at 9.740s, 9.730s. Just have a look at the options on that. Right. Options. I'll just pull them down very quickly. Indices, monthly, FTSE, January. Very expensive. It's all being priced in. The market's going to go for a rah-rah. Is it going to recover? Normally we look around about 25 on here. Anything under and 25 or under is usually pretty good value. If we can align it with the technicals, and we're looking at here, will the market recover to 794s? Yeah, it's all priced in. What we do have, we did buy these at 18 and above for 10,000. They're looking at the market getting a bit of a rah-rah on the Santa rally. They're a big round number to go to, maybe to push into the end of the year, but we're a long way from that now. We're 300 points from that, which is 5-day ATR of 63. We're looking at 5 consistent trading days, really pushing to get up to the R3 levels up here. And then 600 points up to the 10,000. Could put a cheeky option in there, because we are pretty low. I'm just looking at here, we're kind of still well out the money. We're 16th, want to be about a month away from the expiry, at the 9th, and the expiry is on the 16th. So if you want to put a bit of a cheeky option in there as the market's low, we do need to get this market closing above 96, well, exactly where we are now on this is the 4-hour 200 EMA, 96.37. We're at 96.36 at the moment. We don't need the market to go to 10,000 to make money. It's going to increase in value pretty rapidly if it starts moving up. I'm going to just buy one of those now at the moment. I think probably worth getting a contract on that. But you know, this is something with a 4-week expiry. But I would imagine we'll be closing this out a lot earlier, and I'd be quite happy to get a 3x on this. Right, I'm going to buy that now. It's going up in price now. If you want to buy it before me. But yeah, I'm going to buy it now. So right, there we are. We've got that. Put that back up on that screen. I'm just looking, where are we with spot silver? Up 30 odd points, and spot silver futures gold, or up on futures gold, US 500 on future, we're up 4 on that. Why am I in the US 5? Am I in the US 500 still? Yes. Right, I'm going to get rid of that. I thought I took the profit on that before, just looking at the screen. Gold. Not really moving. First, that's a 15-minute bar that we took. There's a second 15-minute bar if people took it in the room. And that's in profit as well. But everything's moving quite sedately. Spot silver, that's moving right. I can see its rejection pins right into these levels. I might just, do I want to take the money, use the money for insurance policy, and then for risk management, then take the break? We are getting overcooked on the 15-minute. Let's drop it down a wee bit into the 5-minute. Or do I follow the 5-minute fracks? There's 5-minute fractal bottoms here.
Alert triggered.
I'll just turn those so you can see them. There you are. I'll move that under there. Do I just want to keep following that 5-minute up? Quite interesting, the market did reject into these levels, but we're finding buyers. You can see the on-balance volume. We've got buyers coming in on the 1 hour, sustaining things. Turn it into 15 minutes and see what's happening. Yeah, people taking a bit of profit. $37 takes us to full 2%. We'll just keep an eye on that one. Gold. I'd be happy to get a couple of % out of gold today. Just let that creep up. Really, we need to get tomorrow out the way with interest rate decisions on US market, and UK interest rate decisions the following week. Right. Let's go and have a look at the Forex. Well, Aussie USD, that was a 15-minute bar there, with a better 15-minute. Oh, that's 4 hours.
Wow.
Right, well, I've got the timings wrong, haven't I? So here we've got absolutely nothing on here. Let's just have a look at the nothing on vol filters. Let's have a look at this comp. We've got crude, although we're already in crude, aren't we? It's in, wiggle on crude. USD CAD. So USD CAD's a potential. I don't like to look at that. Market's come up and it's just consolidating sideways. Is there anything a bit sportier? There's 17 different things. I'm keen on high grade copper, but it's had that big pullback, hasn't it? Massive pullback. Right down into the 1 hour 200 EMA. I am interested in this, that's for sure. 15-minute bar, wow. There's the 15-minute bar. We're right on the 15-minute bar. It's a very big market. It's not something you really want to day trade, really, unless you've got a decent bank, because that's going to be quite a few hundred pips there. You leverage 400, 400 plus the spread, 60. Yeah, you're going to have to, 400. It's larger than the Dow, so we won't do that on day trading basis, but I am really keen on high grade copper. Euro Japani is another one. Right, well, there you go. 15-minute bar there, 15-minute bar there, 15-minute. Oh, we might be too late on that one. Yeah, it's done the runs.
Steve,
Yes.
why was the euro yen a sell yesterday?
Euro yen, was it on the?
Yeah, on your sheet it was a sell. Yesterday's sheet.
Did you read the sheet?
Yeah.
Well, the explanations on the sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look, I don't know. So I have a thing where I study all the 4 hours, above 200 and everything like that. And for me, the yen is been a screaming sell for ages.
Okay.
Well, I say ages since. What's the date? Yeah, it's all this. Last month it's sort of seems to be sold off against everything.
It doesn't look like it from here. To me, it looks like it's been a screaming long.
No, the yen as against everything has been a sell though pretty well, apart from any other weak currency.
Right.
To me, it came up as a buy. My one trade yesterday, I bought the AUD yen.
Well, it is. Yeah. If you look on here, it is. It's a buy.
Yeah, but yesterday it's a sell.
Is that what it said yesterday?
Yeah.
Did
Whether
you read why? Did you read? No, it's not a typo. It's the AI.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Read what it says. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't look at the minutiae detail.
Mm.
Let's see if we can pull that up. I'm not really an FX trader. I
Yeah,
don't really
yeah.
like the FX. They're pretty shit for making money on. Apart from the two top ones, I'll probably have a look at those. But the rest is there. I'm looking at them now. Putting this up, the daily edge for the 8th. We'll open that one up. Right, so this is the 8th. This is yesterday. Let's just go and have a look at that, 'cause it's something I didn't look at. Euro yen sell. Yeah, euro. Well, it's telling momentum, improve risk appetite, broad rally, tightening domination. These are all the links. Yeah. Yeah, it does say a sell there yesterday,
Yeah.
but from my point of view, from a technical point of view, it doesn't enter the top ones to have a look
Yeah.
at, and from a technical point of view, it's quite clearly above the 4 hour and well, not clearly above the 1 hour, but it was quite clearly above. Oh, it's a bit of a mixed bag there, isn't it? Yeah, on the 4 hour it's clear. On the 1 hour and 4 hour it is not. But it's now really clear, isn't it? It's put a lot of distance between them. Yeah. As I say, when these things happen, if it's something on the list and you want to have a dive in it, then shout it out and we'll have a dive in it. But that's kind of yesterday's. You can see what happens in a day. Like from yesterday on crude, it was like, yeah, let's go and buy crude, and suddenly it dropped 3% overnight. And suddenly it's, oh shit, we're all short. It's like a flock of seagulls, the Forex and some of the commodities. One day they're long and the next day they're short. And I'm not a real big supporter of Forex when you can make so much money out of the indices and commodities. But it's useful. It certainly has its place. When the top two come up from the AI filter, I'll always have a look at the top two, but I really don't go down the list any further than that. But yeah, when you see them, and you want clarification on the day when the news comes out, then let's just dive in and look at it. This one is certainly a screamer of a sell, but it's done a screamer of a buy, but it's done its thing, hasn't it? It's done its first big impulsive move. You know, when you get these big, it's where you make the money. The first big moves are where you make the money. Jumping in again afterwards, yeah, you can make the money, but not as good. When you get to 9 o'clock, 9:30, it's when the market all sort of quietens off a little bit as well. It's done its big moves from 5 o'clock onwards, and the market usually rests a little bit before doing its next move. Would I go along here? Hell no. It's already hit a previous multi-day high there. I would want to get a reversal if I was going to do that, but it's not on my trading plan to trade, so I wouldn't be trading it. But what we'll do tomorrow, we'll use the filters and deciding what's bearish, what's bullish. On the 415, we'll do the 926. We'll do the four filter trading as well, which we can do that live. Have I got the 4 filter screens set up? Yeah, all the 4 filter screens are all set up, so we can use, at the moment there are 8 longs. Germany, of course, it continues to go up. 2 safe haven currencies. Wow. Yeah, makes you wish you'd use a 4 filter a lot more, doesn't it? So from here, 1 filter, 2 filter, 3 filter, 4, and that went long this morning. Too early for me to call. I don't come to the screen till 5:30, but yeah, there's one there. Did that work? it would have been touch and go, I think. Yeah, it would have worked. Cable, pound yen. Wow. 1 filter, 2 filter, 3 filter, 4. Still too early. 5. Let's look after 5:30. There's a 5:30 bar. Don't need to draw that one. That one worked. We used to have a lot of 4 filter traders at one point, and one thing we used to make a note of is when we opened up, we always went through the 4 filter. There's always lots of MTA multi-time frame filters. So we have a Renko block. We have a 4-hour guide, a 1-hour guide, a MACD, and again the old favourite 15-minute chart and 15-minute bars. So what you're looking at is Renko blocks all saying yes, 4 filters, 4-hour yes, 1-hour yes, 15-minute yes with momentum and volume. We call it an MTF, multi-time frame strategy. Very powerful. And I know there are still a few guys who only use the 4 filter strategy. Only. They just sit here on the 4 filter, use the screeners for longs or the screeners for shorts. So at the moment we've got pound euro as a short. Yes, 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 yes. 5. So yeah, that was a 5:30. And that would have worked. And it's not good when you look at all the things that you miss, but there are so many opportunities in the market. You can't just go cherry, you want to be careful you don't become a moth in the market chasing everything. You only need 2 or 3 assets, probably 3 assets, 5 strategies to cope with up, down, sideways and market function, and that's all you need. You don't need to go chasing loads of forex or lots of indices or lots of commodities. Choose the things that you can get really used to and the strategies. And at the end of the day, you are looking for about 1% a day, which is better than most traders will ever dream of being able to get. I know we do it in the room regularly, but the real sort of low-hanging fruit goal is to get 2% a week, which is 160% a year. And you can do that. Anyone in this room can do that. That's what we teach. 160, you don't have to times any number too many times by 160% for it to become a big number over a few years. So we've got that worked. FTSE is really going negative now, isn't it? We've got 1 filter negative, 2 filters negative, 3 filters negative, and at 8:15 negative. Would I take it? I think I prefer not to with these large indecision pins. I think I would prefer the market to get a call on the positive side because of the Santa rally, or for the market to come all the way down to this 38% Fibo pullback and look for a buy off that if we can get it, and not force the trade. If the trade does not set up, do not do it. See where gold comes up on here. So gold's moving off. If you look at gold, gold's not trading. Gold 4200. We've got 1 filter yes for gold. We've got two out of 4 that are saying gold's a screamer for going long. We have other strategies that say the 415 reversal. It's good. We are moving off very, very slowly, very sedately. Silver, that's moving off. I think if we see 30, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have that at 37. Rather than going for the big one, I'm going to see if we can bank 2% on this So it was 37 pip stop, 2% leverage. If we can get 37 out of that and bank 2% and look for a reversal, this market is really looking like it's struggling to go any further with this first impulsive move. If we can get 2% of that, what we'll do, we'll run this up really nice and tight. And we'll either get 1.8, 1.9%, or we'll get 2%, whichever comes first. That would be quite nice. All right. Right, well, we banked our 2%, so that's nice. This is just creeping along, grubbing along slowly. If we can get something out of that, then that's good. If I can get this in. Gold. Where's my gold? I'm just looking at it. I've just got a different account up here. Where's gold? Gold, 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 gold. Gold. Where are we? We've got gold. So it's moving. We've got 2% leverage on this one as well. We've got a 17 pip stop. So we're 1% up on this at the moment. It'll be quite interesting to see how the market reacts into these levels here. People will be taking money. Is there anything that people... Oh, I forgot about the streaming, yeah. Does anybody want to ask any questions or anything? Is actually in the room, is anyone interested in doing the... I think, no, Neil's not in. We'll be open for a 4-hour window tomorrow. Is that of interest to anyone in the room? That's currently here.
Yeah, I'll be about.
Yeah,
I'll be about. Yeah, I think a little bit depends on the market, doesn't it? If the market seems to be doing, sometimes it's.
Well, it's not. You've got your head on, Mark. You've got your head on, Clive, about making money, and that's great. This is to teach people all the nuances of trading.
Oh, right, yeah.
As well as if we can make the money, but what Clive is saying is absolutely right. We've got tomorrow is going to be the day where the market's going to be waiting for the Fed, so it might be a bit of a crappy day as far as trying to make money is concerned. But it's when we get days like tomorrow where the market's waiting, you can learn an awful lot about price action, the way the market moves and the volatility. So for instance, one of the observations I made and put it in the edge was the DAX volatility went up by 50%. Now intraday volatility on the bars, a market normally moved roughly. Are we going to get our 2% here? It's moved in the midges. What's it, hasn't it? Half a pip out. If it does me by half a pip, I'll be a bit annoyed with that. But yeah. When you get a normal bar, an ATR bar of roughly 30 pips on the movements yesterday, they were moving 50 pips at a shout within a 15-minute range. So when the ATR was roughly 30, 33, 34, we were getting those really big moves of 50, and then the markets moved down a little bit again today. So intraday volatility spikes, just like we're observing now with the with gold. We've got
Alert triggered.
markets suddenly waking up when we're breaking these levels, and you're getting lots of buyers coming in, and I wanted a high there, 203.4, and my target was 203.5. But we'll move a stop to entry on this one now. In fact, 17, we'll whack 8 pips on that. Guarantee we'll whack 8 and 8, 16, 8 and a half that'll do. That'll guarantee 1%. If it all goes wrong, we'll make 1%. If it all goes right, we'll make 2. So it'll be nice if we can get this out of 2% on silver, 2% on gold. That won't be so bad. Be quite nice. I just pop up there would be good. Crude's in the money as well now. That's good. And things are starting to move. Just a little pop up here would be good. So 4% out of commodities this morning is not a bad day's work. Offset with 2 losses on the DAX, of course. But that still makes us 2% up. And we've got the robot here. This is the Relentor coming back into even Stevens. So it's the market's going okay. Just want to change something else, if you don't mind. Gold futures. Just type this in. Gold. Just want to change that one on the futures. One of the futures trades, we've gone gold. Got 5% leverage on that with 5% profit on that. 20 pip stop. In fact, I might just take that as well. So what turns into a bit of a challenging morning turns into a bit of a monster session, really, as far as percentage returns concerned. I'm just going to take that and go bong. That's 5%. So that's 9% on commodities this morning. 2 losses on the DAX takes us down to 7. I think that's a decent trading day on anyone's calendar. Crude's up 3 points. So let's just take a little helicopter view out of here. Only small movements. You can see the market is still. Can I zoom this up a bit more? From a 4-hour perspective, it puts a different light in everything, doesn't it? The market really, we broke. Let's get rid of this last indecision bar. So now you can actually see, and these are kind of some of the stuff that we'll bring out tomorrow over a longer period of time, is that price action wise, we are trend wise, we are absolutely positive. Price action looks like we're about to close above the 9 EMA. As soon as we get a close above the 9 EMA, then especially on the 4-hour, game on, and the market will start really moving up. You can see price action, we're going to have very clearly a close above the 1-hour EMA and a breakout of previous structure of lower highs and lower lows, and the market might be reverting. People might be well positioning for the Fed interest rate announcement, which, if we look. I think it was 87% probability we're going to get interest rate cut. I'm just going to look at the CME watch tool. In fact, I'll pull it up on the screen. 1 hour, 9 hours to the announcement. It was 87% yesterday, 89% now. Right. So interest rate cut, weaker dollar, people go into gold. More indecision, lower gilt and bond rates because of rate cuts, people will jump into gold. So have I got all the bots? I'm just having a look, see if I've got the bots switched on. Yeah, I've got the gold 2-2 Relentor that's on now, and the 15-minute fracker robot. So those are all on. And now I'm really looking for another reason to get in. That's a market's really really found, because the market really has found some pace on this breakout. But the thing to do here is wait for a pullback, and then get involved. You know, market up, moving up, moving back down. Here's a wee pullback, and then get long again. Taking cognizant of, being cognizant of where the market stopped previously. Look for a 1-to-1 risk reward. The other thing you can do if you're going to be sat by the machine for a while is stick your frackers on, drop down. We've now had that impulsive move, so we can put a 5-minute fracker on and look at 5-minute fractal breakaways. So that's the next fractal break there, and that'll be the 1-to-1, which again, a bit challenging. It's taken us above the last resistance, but I've got a pocket full of rupees, and I'm going to keep them in my pocket. It'd be nice to get crude to drop off. Crude, we're coming up to, we need 8.5 pips to get to 0.5%, and the walking the dog trade did looks like it was a good position to take. And then we've got a 15-minute bar here. If you haven't already taken it, then you want the 15-minute bar. Then your 15-minute bar is 25, 26, 29 pips from where we are now. We haven't got 29 to go down into there, but have we got 29 to the bottom of the 4-hour resistance? Not quite. Not quite. You'd have to sit on that and see if you can watch that. But if this level breaks, then it's going to open up $58 a barrel and below. Just have to wait for that to play out, really. Right, well, I think I'm going to call it there. If there's no one got any questions, we will be running live tomorrow. We'll record the first hour and a half like we normally do, and then I'll switch the recording off, and then we'll just trade. And I'll be coming and going out the office to make cups of coffee and things like that. But on the whole, I'll be around. Ask any question about anything to do with trading, and hopefully we can put your mind at ease on that, and let's see if we can make some more money tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.
We'll see you at 10, Steve.
Yep, we've got 10 o'clock. That's why I'm trying to get off. I'm
right. Yeah.
Get some breakfast.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see you at 10.
All right, Clive. See you at 10.
Cheers. Bye.
I'll put the link in the room now for the 1-to-1. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks.